because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncers' guilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
This is COLM McGuigan for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast, with a defeated Eddie Hearn.
It's not good for people to see this.
It's great for people to see this, Edward.
You should have, like, warning. Eduardo looks absolutely terrible. Eduardo is on the verge of death.
How hard was that run today? 32 degree heat?
It was one of the, I mean, I've run a marathon. That was up there. And it was
No way,
honestly, mate. Absolutely, I can't tell you how hot it was. And it was like, I did like 27 minutes, 30 or something.
How does it feel that me and Parsons done it in 25?
Firstly, you bet never had a run in your life. Secondly, Parsons should be ashamed of himself. You pulled out. I still ran with a torn calf. What do you want?
First of all, let's touch on the fact that there's reports coming out that Eubank Benn has been agreed. Can you shed any light on that?
I mean, it's pretty much agreed, really. I mean, it's not done because we haven't signed contracts, but we're just really, it's more about the location. There's a lot happening behind the scenes. But we want to do this fight in the UK. But we won't know that for a couple of weeks. So it's not going to be a problem making the fight because there's a lot of money in the fight. But it's just a case of where that fight will take place.
Do you think it's more likely to take place in the UK rather than in Saudi?
I mean, again, I'm not involved in the process with the legal team in UCAD. I hope it can take place in the UK.
What kind of month are we looking at? Because obviously it was rumoured to be September.
September. You're looking at September for that fight.
Ben Shalom made some comments last night that there's been an offer to Fabio Wardley. Can you confirm or deny that?
There has, like before when I mean, look, they made an offer for the fight. They pulled out the purse bids. I actually think they made the right decision. Putting it. I mean, I watched Fraser Clark last night. It would be a mismatch. If the Fraser Clark that turned up last night boxed Fabio Wardley last night, it was a mismatch. So maybe they made the right decision. But it's just the way, you can't give it the big one, build it up on Sky and then make an offer and then pull out. Like, the whole thing was a car crash. But actually looking at it, like, that was a very low level fight. Like, I mean, I watched a couple of rounds then turned it off like everybody else. And I like Fraser Clark. I genuinely think Fraser Clark is a gentleman. I think he's a good person. I think he can fight as well. But he's just miles off the pace. I mean, he was gassing after 4, 5, 6 rounds. Yeah. So look, who Fabio fights is up to Fabio Wardley. But for me, they missed the boat. I mean, you can't pull out of a fight and then start making offers. It just doesn't. So what they're saying was, they weren't ready for Fabio Wardley, but having had that tremendous battle last night with Marius Wack, they're now ready. Come on.
Who will Fabio Wardley fight on July 29th?
I don't know yet. I mean, Fabio might, we're just deciding, everything is stemming around those 2 dates of July 29 and August 12th. We may end up putting Fabio on the Anthony Joshua card on August 12th. That's really the job today. I mean, right now, we are planning every DAZN show almost to December. And what we'd like to do in an ideal world is let you know the entire schedule from July, August, September, October, November, December in the next couple of weeks. That's what we did before. We announced the schedule in, I don't know, March up till June or something like that. We want to do the same thing again. It's difficult because we've got shows ready to go, ready to announce. But I'd like to do that. But our plan over the next 24, 48 hours, and as we fly into New York, is to wrap up that July 29 and particularly the Anthony Joshua situation.
We've seen Ryan Garcia and Golden Boy.
Yeah.
What do you make of that situation?
I mean, Oscar put a tweet out last night about me. Again, I really don't know. Like, why does everyone continuously have a pop at me? It's De La Hoya, it's John Fury, it's Frank Warren, it's Stephen Espinoza, it's Leonard Ellaby. I don't really know what to say. Don't worry about me. Worry about your own business. I've never spoken to Ryan Garcia about signing with Matchroom. I've never spoken to Guadalupe Valencia about Ryan Garcia signing with Matchroom. So what's he got to do with me? I'm absolutely baffled. It's an absolutely horrific mess. And all I'll say on the matter is Golden Boy are fighting for the position and possibly their future. Because if they lose Ryan Garcia, they are in a horrendous position. So their business, I wish everybody the best. I hope everybody can be happy. I'm staying well out of it. I've got nothing to do with it at all. I get asked on it, and it looks like a right mess. That's all I'm going to say. Good luck to Oscar De La Hoya. You're a boxing legend, my friend. Good luck to Ryan Garcia. I think you're a lovely young man. Hope you can all be happy.
If Ryan Garcia comes out of this as a free agent, will you then look to speak to him?
But he's obviously made his move already. Do you know what I mean? It's not. You don't get to this position without making your move. You know what I'm saying? He's probably done a deal already.
With
in
who?
my opinion, with PBC.
Moving on to tonight.
Guadalupe Valencia. Very close with Al Haymon. Very close with PBC. This is not something that happened yesterday. This is something that's been happening for probably years, in my humble opinion.
Moving on to tonight. Looking forward to Regis Prograis. What kind of performance are you expecting from Regis tonight?
I think we're going to get a scintillating performance, a special performance from a special fighter. You'll see the atmosphere in there tonight. We've had 5 weeks of promotion. You'll see the crowd, you'll see the atmosphere, and this is going to be the start of something very big for Regis Prograis. Jack Catterall, Devin Haney, I think they're the two likely fights next if he comes through tonight. But he should come through with a statement. You know, you don't want to come through with a lacklustre performance. You want to come through with a statement that's going to get everyone's attention.
Is there pressure on him to get a stoppage tonight?
Not necessarily a stoppage, but there's a pressure to look good and to light up the arena.
Final one from me. Looking forward to next week. Berlanga, Quigley. What do you expect there?
I think you'll get a wild atmosphere in there. I mean, it'll be completely banged out. Quigley's up for it. You know, there's a lot of people that believe Berlanga's not world class. And if he's not, he'll struggle against Jason Quigley. So, good card, good undercard. It's going to be lively.
Eddie,
See you as you go at me next week.
thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,